As a location-independent digital entrepreneur, what we want are freedom and ease in our lives. I love the freedom that this lifestyle gives us. Freedom to live and work from wherever we want. Freedom to craft our days and weeks however we want. Freedom to raise and educate our children however we want, beyond the common structures of traditional schools. And I know for many folks in a similar position, there's a joy in the spontaneity that becomes possible with this lifestyle. After having had our days so defined by school and work schedules for decades of our lives, becoming a digital nomad or a location-independent entrepreneur can feel like the ultimate release, because finally you get to make the decisions about what gets your attention and how and where you want to spend your days. However, what most nomadic digital entrepreneurs also discover is that there's still a place for rhythm and structure in our freedom-loving lives, because it can bring the ease that we also crave. This isn't about the ultimate rebellion, but rather about personal choice. We get to choose the structures we want to make our lives feel easy. We define them for ourselves rather than adhering to specific outside expectations. That said, we still need to work within the world, which means sometimes we're making decisions or compromises about what does or doesn't work for us. For instance, maybe you're a coach and you still need to be available live to clients in the US and Canada time zones. Then you get to decide if you're willing to wake up for the graveyard shift while you brace yourself in Chiang Mai, Thailand, or if you'd rather spend some time in Central and South America so you can have more daylight hours to work or play rather than catching up on sleep. Or I heard the story of an Aussie web developer based in Chiang Mai who starts his days at 5 a.m. to increase his overlapping time with his Aussie-based clients. But then he's done for the day by 1 p.m., able to keep the whole rest of the day for personal or playtime. For me, getting up at 5 a.m. sounds like a misery. What I love about his story are the intentional choices he makes to ensure that his daily pattern works for him. And that's really the freedom we all have in this lifestyle. The freedom to choose the rhythms, patterns, and structures that work for each of us, rather than trying to pretend that rhythms and patterns don't apply to us. Having a rhythm to your day can feel comforting and familiar. It can reduce stress, friction, and the mental work of constant decision-making, which drains your willpower. Rhythms in our life create ease. So while yes, we want freedom, we can also intentionally choose the rhythm in our days that helps us to consistently show up as the best version of ourselves. And isn't that the ultimate goal? Freedom, ease, simplicity, and your ability to live every day as the best version of yourself. Sounds pretty excellent to me. So if you're realizing that you could be leveraging your intentional daily rhythm even better to start showing up for your business and your life as the visionary CEO that you know you were meant to become, then you'll want to hop on over to chosencourse.com/I want more and dive in to the Road to Inspired Action video training series. That's where you'll learn how most of what you were taught about time management comes from corporate structures that don't work for entrepreneurs, and how to start creating what you truly want, which is more time freedom. Ready to discover the power of time freedom to grow your business and your life, freedom lover? Let's get started.